Hello everyone, we are here, we are live, and we are ready to go again with the I Like Ike, and I'm picking up right where I left off, and I'll once again explain what, in fact, we're only a minute from the atmosphere. I really got to get ready for this. So we're orienting ourselves retrograde, retracting all of our various doodads, and we'll get ourselves ready to take the plunge here. Put this on free because it'll look better that way. Okay, so let's explain. So this is I Like Ike, and again, this is a series where the end goal is to put somebody down on Ike. That'll probably be the actual landing will hopefully be around part 8, part 9. That's going to be sort of the goal. Right now, I still need to unlock some more science, so kind of what's going on here, we're bringing back a crew from the moon. I actually have two of these ships coming back. This is the Nerve 1 SM1, and I also have the Nerve 1 SN2, which has a maneuver in only 1 minute and 20 seconds. Let me get myself organized here still a little bit. There we go. And in fact, oh, that's my warning that we're about to hit our that guy. That's fine. I'm not sure we're going to be out of the atmosphere by the time this guy hits a minute. So the goal is to get these folks and the crew of the SN2 safely down to the surface. This ship cannot get safely down to the surface. We are actually in the midst of an aerobraking maneuver to lower our orbit a little bit more to facilitate a rendezvous with a station that is in low orbit about Kerbal. And on that station is an SSTO, and that's what's going to be taking those folks down. And then we'll do the same thing with the SN2. I'm not going to be making this maneuver. We'll have to go check on them once this is done. And where are we at? Yeah, and then we'll bring up a new crew. Now, what we have going on as these folks begin to heat up is we also have, let's see here. I got this barge full of oxidizer that lost communication due to a solar storm 2-3 streams ago, something like that. So it ended up missing its lunar capture, so it is in orbit about Kerbal. I'm sorry I can't go to you right now. These guys are kind of in a critical phase. And it's got a maneuver to send itself going back towards the moon in 4 hours and 49 minutes. So we'll definitely be dealing with that. As well, I got this contract. I'll show it to here. We'll bring up the Contracts Plus window. And we got several contracts, 4 contracts. Does 4 count as several? Sure, why not? Yeah, Spellman's saying, Jeb's having fun. I'm all having fun. This is fun. Wouldn't you be having fun right now? But let's see. We got this finished the construction of a rover. There's a rover sitting on the moon that needs some parts in order to work, and I gotta go there and assess what parts it actually needs and then figure out how to get those parts there and a Kerbal there as well. But right now, I suppose this aerobraking is really really what's kind of going to be taking the priority here. Where are we? Okay, we're past our periapsis, so we're on our way up. Things will be cooling down. Our apoapsis is now down under 800 kilometers. I'm thinking this will be our last aerobraking pass. There's the station that we are shooting for. I think at this point I'm going to just bring this periapsis out of the atmosphere and we'll facilitate a rendezvous. Same thing here, the Nerve 1 SN2 is also on its way to the atmosphere, so. But anyway, this all went fine. Oh, train animator, you have no faith saying that you think you're going to blow up. We're not going to blow up. Jeb has done this, I don't know how many times, a lot of times. many times we have aerobraked this ship into low orbit. Okay. And let's see here. Let's do some time warping and get ourselves out of the atmosphere. And again, the whole thing is I need a little bit more science out of the moon. And then things should be much, much better. Okay, so here we are. We are out here. I should also move this over here. And open up KOS. And we will align our solar panels. Okay. This can go away. Is it aligning? It's aligning. KOS window, go away. This can come back. Okay. Too many windows. There we go. And, you know what? Let's just set an alarm while I'm thinking about this. Because at Apoapsis, we're going to have to make a burn. So I'm just going to give myself, oh, I don't know, 3 minutes warning before Apoapsis. So that is coming up in 17 minutes. We'll have to jump back to that. In the meantime, our other ship, this is aligned. Our other ship has missed its maneuver. So let's jump to that ship and see kind of what's going on with them. Alright, so here we are. This is the sister ship. Put this over here. Okay, and we unfortunately missed this burn, so that didn't help. Yeah, so what we're going to do here, I'm just going to do it right now. This was a burn just to zero out our inclination with the station. We missed our descending node by a little bit. But what I'm thinking I might just do is see what I can do right here before we end up going into the atmosphere. So I'm just going to burn a little bit in a positive normal direction until this gets as low as it's going to go. And I don't know how low it'll go. It won't go to 0. 0.2. 0.1. You know what? That's more than good enough. So we don't need you, burn. Forget it. That's fine. We are fine the way things are. Okay, this is going to be a carbon copy of what we just witnessed. Our periapsis is still comfortable. Oh, that's our other vessel. Okay. All right. Let's get down there. Do the same thing. Again, this will be the last aerobraking maneuver, and then we'll get these folks to the station. Again, retract everything. Get ready for the plunge. I saw a comment just before I started the stream about this is going to be a maintenance episode, and it's like, you know what? I think most of my episodes are maintenance episodes. I spend more time just fiddling around with ships that I've already built and getting them here, getting them there. I hope people don't find that all too boring. I'm going to put some time warpy on this one. But it's what I enjoy to do. Okay, we're going to take the time warp off. Hello there. What am I going to say? Dive flowing stole? I'm going to guess that. And again, people getting concerned about all the flamey stuff. We are fine. And you see our crew here. We have Lieutenant Kim Kerman and Bill. Gots to get them back. Alright, so we're about 30 seconds away from periapsis. Again, once we hit periapsis, things start getting better. Really, the biggest thing you got to watch when doing this is your apoapsis height. If that dips into the atmosphere, you're in a ton of trouble. I could probably do another aerobraking pass safely. We're only getting now just to 1,000 kilometers on our apoapsis, but you know what? I don't want to do it anymore. I just want to get out of here. I want to get them to the station. I want to get this going. Alright, so we are past our periapsis. Let's start time warping our way along. And there'll be a bit of hopping back and forth between these two as they work their way to their respective stations. They're going to 2 different stations because I like to make my life complicated. So I have 2 stations in low orbit about Kerbin, and each of these are going to different ones. Yeah. All right. And the one thing this does is using these vessels just over and over again. The one thing it really, really does is it certainly saves you on costs. Because just keep using these same vessels. This vessel is capable of going to the moon, capable of going to Midness, coming back, capable of orbiting the sun for a bit. I've done that once or twice. Alright, we're just about out of the atmosphere. Again, we'll open up our KOS window here. Run that alignment script. And actually also deploy everything, because that's the whole point of having that alignment script, is to align the solar panels up. And we'll give these folks an alarm for their apoapsis too, because they'll be doing the same thing, bringing their periapsis out of the atmosphere. Okay, that looks like that's done, that's done, that's done. Okay, back to the first ship. All right, here we go. So, what we wants to do, is this thing at full thrust? It is. Okay, we want. Okay, let's just get rid of the alarm first of all. Okay. And what we want is, let's clear away. I'm just seeing too many things here. Let's turn stuff off. There we go. So we only see us in our station. So I want to bring up my periapsis. Shouldn't be too much of a burn. Bring up the periapsis to just be touching our target orbit. Probably do this with a maneuver, I think so. That looks like that's got it pretty much. And then we'll facilitate a rendezvous with the station over here. So this is just an 11-second burn. Cool, cool. My KOS window keeps closing. My terminal window, there we go. Get to the burn. All the way through this, by the way, we are crossing radiation belts. I used to be... Maybe I should be. I used to be very concerned about radiation belts, and I used to always try and orient these just to show you the radiation belts. Here they are. So right now we're in the midst of this big radiation belt, but I usually try and make our aerobraking paths to fall into these not as irradiated zones outside of those radiation belts. And then I just frankly stopped worrying about it. That might not be smart, but that's what I did. We can look at their crew here and see Jeb probably has... Jeb's at 9% of a lethal dose of radiation. I mean, come on. They're okay. They're already green. What, you know, they're good. Okay, so this is... Yeah, this will get their periapsis out of the atmosphere, and then things are less worrisome. Okay, and burn. Okay. And there we go. We can lose the maneuver. Actually, I didn't check. Did it burn that? Oh, I burnt that well. You sometimes have to use RCS to kind of tweak this, but I don't think I do. Okay, we're going to put a maneuver right here. try and facilitate us a rendezvous. So I can see one rendezvous coming up right there. I think that's going to be our one right there. A little bit of retrograde. I cannot see where their separation is. There it is. Bring down that separation as low as we can. Oh, I saw some low numbers. 6, 400 meters, 300 meters. 300 meters is good. Okay, so we got a 300 meter separation after we perform the burn. So what this will do is we're going to go into this orbit, which will time our, and then go around one more time, at which point we'll be rendezvousing with our station. Great. Okay, let's add an alarm for that. That's coming up in only 20 minutes. Back to the SN2. They're going to do the same thing. Kerbets dig the radiation exposure. Yes. That's what they talk about. Those are pickup lines. They go, what's your radiation exposure when they're in singles bars? Oh, gosh. Only 6%? I'm at 9%. Okay, where am I at? Oh, yeah, that's right. I want to make these guys safe. Let's see. Again, we'll turn everything else off, but... Okay. Again, get that periapsis out. And you can tell, by the way, when the periapsis really does hit, just touch your target orbit when the close encounter indicator is right at the periapsis. You see the little orange guy? When that's right at your periapsis there. Whoops, I went a little too much that time. And ideally, the AN should be there as well, but I can probably... Why not? Add a little bit of that to it. It's not going to add much to the burn. Our inclination difference is only 0.1 degrees, so you know what? This is unnecessary. Why am I doing this? It's not adding anything, but it's just making my life more complicated. There we go. So that burn's coming up. We don't need this. That burn's coming up in 8 minutes. I wish the KOS window would stay open as I jump from ship to ship. I know I can put that into my boot. You know, that's something to think about for the boot script for this. You can run boot scripts for KOS that every time the vessel renders, it runs the boot script. I could write into the boot script to bring up this window. I don't know. I don't know if I want that or not. Sometimes I don't want it. Yeah, I know John's saying once they land, all that radiation goes away. You can turn on in Kerbalism that the radiation, this radiation here, this 2% that Lieutenant Kim has and the 10% that Bill has, that those stay on permanently. And when they get close to 100, you have to retire your Kerbals. I didn't want to retire my Kerbals, so I didn't do that. It's really not a bad idea. I might make radiation a little bit more of a bigger deal. Bravo says he likes it permanent. Yeah, you know, it's something to think about. And then it forces you to keep bringing in new Kerbals and rotating them. You can't just depend on the same people all the time. Not a bad idea. Maybe for a future playthrough, who knows. Though, really, I mean, I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking of KSP2, which is coming out very, very hopefully towards the later part of February, and sort of thinking ahead where this stream is going to go. I really do think with this stream and my other stream, I still got to land on Eve sometime for those people that are following my other stream to finish off my landing on every single world thing. But I'm thinking when I'm done with this, which is landing on Duna and Ike, and on my other stream once I've landed on Eve, that will probably get me pretty close to when KSP2 plans to come out. So I'm thinking of ending both of these two series at that point and just concentrating on KSP2, at least for a little while. That's sort of the idea. And then, you know, we'll get an idea of what KSP2 has for us. Okay, we got to set up the rendezvous for this one too. So again, burn down here at periapsis. Retrograde. Now notice that the little close encounter indicator there is not moving as I burn retrograde, and the reason for that is because the maneuver is behind the other encounter. It needs to be ahead of the other encounter for this one to move, or else it gets confused what orbit it's on. And the easiest way, rather than trying to move this with all those icons, is to put this down to just 1 second intervals and just pop ahead until you see that guy jump. There it goes, it just jumped. And now, no, the other way, still retrograde. Come on, there we go. Now it's moving. So if you're ever trying to do the same maneuver I'm doing right now, which, by the way, this maneuver I do all the time, this sort of phasing maneuver to get rendezvous. Of course, that might be just the way I play. Oh, I'm not... Let's see my close approach. There it is, 29.2. But if you're not seeing... Oh, I saw a 0 kilometer separation. Awesome. That's the trick for getting those to work. Okay, so that burn, again, we'll add an alarm for it. That burn's coming up in 15 minutes. I got these guys nicely. Where's the, just to see them both. They've got a nice separation between them. I should be, you know, they're, what the pain is when you're working both vessels at the same time. Let's jump to the other one and I'll talk about it. Always the pain when you're working with two vessels at the same time is both of them have to do something critical at the same time, but it looks like I have them nicely spaced. 25,000 subs and 25 people watching. Excellent. Yeah, I just crossed 25,000 subscribers today. That's nice. Thanks for drawing attention to that, Drock boy. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Okay, where are we at? Oh, we're doing a maneuver. Doing a maneuver. I should definitely put it in the boot script to bring that window up. Okay. It's a 35-second burn. Oh, boy. Okay. Let's get to there. Thank you, John. Congratulating me on 25,000. Okay, I'm just getting myself to be about a minute away, and then we'll run the script. $25,000 is a nice number. You know, I think. I'm not sure if I can handle... I don't know. Maybe that's just me being... trying to be content. But you know, the more subscribers, you know, the more hectic things come. The internet I find is wonderful for smaller communities. I've been involved with so many little small communities, and they're just always nice. And then they get so big. And then they stop being so nice. At least that's been my experience so far. The community I've been experiencing doing this has been nice, so I can't complain. Playing science mode and listening till you get to Duna. I do have Duna tutorials if you need a hand going to Duna. This stream will have, because of Kerbalism and the life support and all of that kind of thing, and more to do with electricity management and all that stuff. There is more to think about when you go interplanetary than you do in the stock game, and I do have stock tutorials on doing things like going to Duna. Alright. Oh, and I should be looking at this and this, my close encounter indicator here. Okay, looking at our closest approach as it finishes off the burn. Wow! Wow, that's nice. I'm not going to touch a thing. 294 meter separation coming up in 37 minutes. So again, I'm going to add the alarm for that. Give me like 5 minutes warning to our closest approach. And a line, of course. Nice. Sometimes I have to tweak with RCS, but I'm not going to touch that at all. All right. That is that. That and that and Kerbal alarm clock. Take. Oh, I'm jumping on the wrong one. About the day, the night. It's almost nice making the alarms for the sole purpose of giving you a nice way to jump back and forth between ships, without having to go into map view all the time. All right, so these folks are also coming up here. I don't need this alarm. And they have a 20-second burn. They did a better job aerobraking. Do you hear that, Lieutenant Kim? You outdid Jeb in your aerobraking. Well, actually, that might not be true. No, I can't judge yet. You can't judge from that. They just might not need to do... They may need to do a higher burn when they rendezvous. Never mind. I'm making no sense, so I'm going to stop talking right now. Stop talking. Okay. Someone was trying to get to Kerb in orbit. I guess that's a bot. A bot trying to get to Kerb in orbit and instead did a moon flyby. That's fortuitous. At least to get that moon flyby. All right, so yeah, we got this burn coming up, and then we're gonna be thinking about rendezvous and dockings, and then we're gonna think about descending down to this. This is such a process. I mean, I could just put a capsule and a parachute and a heat shield and call it done. Instead, I turn this all into a process. But, you know. I got to make it complicated. Okay, so, again, watching this close approach distance coming up over here. It is now getting to 100 meter separation, or kilometers, sorry. 30, 20, 10. This was at like 0.0 on the 37 meters. KOS is really behaving nicely today. Oh my gosh. And I always get questions too about KOS. And like, you know, where do you get that? Like all of the KOS is a programming environment, and all of them are programs that I wrote. So that's why I feel that it's not like I'm really cheating. But for streaming, it's great to just run maneuvers so I can talk and don't have to think about. I can talk better when I'm not doing other stuff. Okay, so these guys are going to be at their station in 31 minutes. The other one's going to be there in 24 minutes. So what's that? Like 7 minutes difference. So I got 7 minutes that I should be able to dock. I'm hoping that won't be too tight. We'll see what happens. Okay, so these folks are closing in on their station. And again, they're going to 2 different stations. So and everything looks better when it's on free. There we go. And I'm going to put this on target. Okay, so the alarm should stop me. Oh, wait, this alarm is like 5 minutes warning before we're at... Yeah. Okay, delete the alarm. And I want to keep an eye on this. I got 7 minutes and 20 seconds before I have to kind of jump over to the other one. Okay, so we got... I think we're doing pretty good. Where's our target here? Still a few minutes away from it. It's down below us? Oh, are we we're still too far away. Let's get a little closer. And it's doing the stupid thing. Notice when you time warp, it changes the time. That's really annoying. So I gotta keep stopping it. Come on, I must be... Am I still that far away from the station? Can't be that far away. What's my encounter speed like? 72 meters per second. It's not obscene. I'm just surprised. What is it, F3 that takes? I can't remember my... Oh, there we go! Somehow I must have been fumbling, hit F4 and turned that off. Okay, that's making more sense. So we're about 2 minutes and 24 seconds away. Get a little closer, and then I'll start... I don't have the huge amount of thrust here, so I do have to be a little bit conscious that I'm not going too fast. So right now, let's just start cutting velocity down. Oh, I'm pushing up the time, so that's a good sign. As long as you can push up this time, you're fine. Might just lock it onto retrograde. I think I'm maybe this way. Oh, that's making it worse. This way. That's making it... I'm pushing... Okay. I'm pushing my distance up. I don't know. I sometimes get people who say when they do rendezvous, a common comment I get is they can't do it, and they push up this distance to intercept too much and end up, you know, way far away from their target. Well, the key to that is if you notice you're pushing this up, stop what you're doing. Whatever you're doing the wrong thing. Stop, let yourself get closer, and then try again. But if you're ever pushing up this distance, just stop burning. Okay, we're a minute away. I can see now I gotta burn that. That's bringing the distance down. That's better. I gotta watch ignitions too. 18 ignitions still left. This vessel doesn't have an engineer too, so I cannot refurbish my engine, so I do have to be... Oh, I got 2 intercepts. That always messes me up. Shoot. Overcooked again. Oh, rendering the station? I gotta watch this. I'm only a minute. I need to get in there and do this. I'm only a minute and a half from the alarm for the SN2. So, I really gotta do this. Why not play in RSS mode? Because I'm not. I don't know. Like, not everybody has to play in real scale solar system. Is there a rule that everybody has to play in real? I've played real scale solar system, never during a live stream. And like for people who think that, you know, this is fastidious and taking too much time. I mean, real scale solar system would be way worse. It's way slower. Happy Turkey Day, says Jason. Well, thank you, Jason. And I'll wish a happy Thanksgiving to all of my American friends. Yeah, I know it's not obvious, but I'm not American, so Thanksgiving has already passed for me. Okay, I'm just gonna 50 seconds till this alarm goes off, but that's still 5 minutes, I think, before the maneuver. So, and if I miss it, I miss it. It's not. They're in a safe orbit. All right, let's get ourselves closer here. Okay, we're coming in pretty fast, so really, I do need to really kind of slow down here. Alright, that's feeling a little better. Let's put this back to orbit. Messing me up. Okay, so we got a dock. Here, let's really kill velocity here. Spraying the station with... Yeah, I know. Spraying the station with radioactive exhaust. Okay, so control from here. We has to dock. Thankfully, I can see a docking port almost staring right at us here if I can manage to click on it. There we go. Set that as a target. Nicey nice. Okay, we'll get our speed down below 1 meter per second. And then we'll, there we go. Orient for docking. Orient for docking. Okay, I think I need to slow down again a little bit here, but do this with RCS. Slow down, Jeb, ya hot dog. And now I'm more looking at the Navball and seeing where that prograde vector is, and I'm kind of chasing that target icon. That way I'm heading straight at it. There we go. And slow down. I'm only 9 meters away, for goodness sakes, Jeb. Come on. Doing a speedy docking. I should do speed dockings like this all the time. Let's aim the camera up front. There we go. Nicey, nicey, nice. And I know I'm over a minute past this alarm, but that was a 5-minute warning before the actual encounter, so I think I'm okay. I think I'm fine. Jeb, you are a rock star. And there's their ride back down, right there. That's all. Have to make sure that's prepped and ready to go. But otherwise, that should be good. Okay, so there's that. I should have 7. Should turn off the reaction wheels on the ship. I should check that. Can you turn reaction wheels from here? No. Okay, never mind. Back to that. This is why I don't put things on action groups, because I always end up right-clicking and checking to make sure that they turned off anyway. Everybody was giving me grief. You put the reaction wheels on an action group. And now what am I doing? I'm finding it and making sure that the action group worked. Yep, they're disabled. The action group worked. Okay, so these guys are fine. Let's jump to the other ship. And we'll have to come back to them. Is there a way to switch to only use RCS and not rockets? Just don't throttle. I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure I understand where we're at. Okay, I gotta pay attention here. We're pretty close to our target. This can be deleted. Actually don't need alarm clock anymore. There's our target over there, the Minmus Gateway Station, a different station. This station is in a 6-degree inclined orbit. And I'm already coming in only 40 meters off of the target. I mean, the station itself is bigger than that, so... yeah, we're fine. I'm going to get in closer and then just... Okay. Then start reducing velocity. We have a 58 meters per second encounter speed coming up. Wait a little bit longer. Nah. Let's start reducing some of this velocity. I always get nervous. It's better to come in lower, you know, it's better to come in a little slow and a little cautious than it is to come in, you know, blazing. Again, I'm messing up that distance. Is this going to bring it down if I come this way? Nope. Maybe this way? Playing around with what brings this distance down. That's better. Not for much, though. Okay. Back to there. Alright, where are we at? Still a minute away. We're about to render the station, so I'll render the station and then we'll do the docking. This one doesn't have to be so speedy. Really. Time crunch is off. I am burning. I know you can't see the exhaust plumes, but it's happening. Already check ignitions? Already checked. Bill should service this engine before we blow out of here too. Again, oh, it just jumped from, I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is lying to me now. I don't know what's going on, but it's now saying, I'm not time warping, right? No. It's now saying I have a 97 kilometer separation in 34 minutes, so this is not providing useful information. Oh, wait, I am getting useful information here. I think. I don't have my time too, though. Okay. That's okay, we're good. We're going slow enough we can go in eyeballing. Oh, now it's making sense, the numbers again. Again, coming in pretty hot. Oh. Very similar station to the other one that you just saw. Here, let's set this as a control from here. I'll get ready to do some docking. Let's pop over to the station. Oh, yeah, except it doesn't have the hub. So this is a much smaller station. So we only have one free docking port, so that is the one we got to go for. It's way over there. No, I don't think I'm pushing that the right way. Nope, definitely not. This way. Okay, let's get on to the little red icon there, which shows me the alignment. That's coming from a nice little mod. Really should be stock, but it's not, so it's a mod. And gotta be careful here not. I'm worried I'm gonna bump the station. Just give me a. Where's my aim the camera? Up here, and I need to think about what I'm doing. No, other way. Backwards. That's better. Coming in still a little. Almost whacking those fins. Okay, I'm gonna apply the brakes here. Try and kind of come in sideways. That should do it, I think. Yeah, I think we're good. Two reasonably okay dockings. I was doing some adventure dockings the last few streams where I'm blowing by my target and all that kind of stuff. These two have gone really well. Okay. And shubunk. Okay, so there we are. We are docked. And a useless warning that we're running out of carbon dioxide. Okay, let's shut down the engine. Let's, okay, where are we? Because we need to get ourselves to the KSC. And, oh, because we're in an inclined orbit, I might deal with these folks first. It's nice to do your descent when your orbit is over top of your target. And the KSC, I don't know, oh wait, I got it turned off. That's why it's not, there we go. That's where the KSC is. I think by the time I come around and start to do my descent, I think this is going to work out well. So we're going to do these folks first. These folks are first. So, number one, we need to transfer Lieutenant Kim. Transfer Lieutenant Kim over to... I forgot what I called this thing. The Dart 2 is what I called this thing. The Dart 2-W2. And Bill, we're going to EVA. He's going to service some engines, and then he's going to come over there too. So, Bill, where are you, Bill? There's Bill. Oh, check monopropellant. That is the worst. Bill doesn't have monopropellant aboard because Kerbalism for some reason likes to mess with that. So I'm gonna, oh, that won't work. Okay, so I can't put it into that. Oh wait, I got a container here. The way to fix it is to just take that, put it in there, bring it back, and now he's full of monopropellant again. EVA propellant. Kerbalism uses the EVA or uses the monopropellant stored in the ship for the EVA propellant for the Kerbals, which, oh, for frick's sakes, Bill, what am I doing? Oh, Bill's not doing it, it's me. I'm keep hitting F instead of R. There we go. And now, there we go. We can do this, Bill. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Kerbalism uses the monopropellant in the vessels to put inside the EVA packs that the Kerbals have. But, oh, this is fine, okay. But, it somehow seems to mess up and not want to fill it all the time, which is annoying. Alright, Bill. So we're just, these engines may have been serviced, but it's been so long that it'd be best to find out. So, inspect the engine. It's in good shape, okay. I suspect they're all in good shape. It could fail at any moment. Oh, I'm very glad I checked, okay. Alright, so these engines have not been serviced. Better get the duct tape ready. Okay, that one's fixed. So this extends the number of ignitions on those engines. If the ignitions gets down to 0. Okay. Anyway, they're all serviced. These toroidals were in need of servicing, so I'm glad I checked. But if the number of ignitions gets down to 0, the engines fail. Potentially could even blow up, which obviously might be a bad thing. Okay. Now, before we go any further, I really should... Is there... Oh, I think these guys are fine. So there's a little bit of fuel, a little bit of oxidizer left in there. A little bit of fuel, yeah. So I'm not going to bother filling this up. I think it should be okay. Let's get out Fuel Manager just for a second. I want to make sure I don't send them out with 0 oxygen or anything like that. So we'll look at the TAC fuel balancer here. So we're looking at food. This is vessel, I can look for the Mark 1. This is vessel 5. They're at 85% of their food capacity, so I suspect everything is fine. Liquid fuel, vessel 5, it's fine. It's mostly out, but it just needs to descend, so it doesn't need much, and I don't want to steal it from the ship. It's got all that oxidizer. Oxygen, again, vessel 5, 81% of its oxygen reserves. Monopropellant, vessel 5, 71% of its monopropellant. Fine, I'm not going to worry about that. I probably should get rid of some of it, but I don't care. It can't hold waste, waste atmosphere, waste water, shielding, water. 85, they're all fine. Okay, so what we're going to do, they are ready to go. So we're going to go down on this orbit. So I like to make my descent around here. So I'm going to go to about halfway from there, ahead of that. And we'll detach from the station. We'll do an avoidance maneuver. And then we'll get ready to do our descent. Okay. Let's go, folks. Let's go, let's go. And then we got to do the same thing with the other folks. Okay. There we are. RCS on, back. Oh, wait, that's not backing away from the station. That's backing away from the station. Close that docking port. That's good. We have a little bit of fuel, a little bit of liquid. We're all fine. We should be good. We don't need much. Are reaction wheels on? Probably not. Nope. Toggle on the torque. Okay. So what we do for the avoidance maneuver, people have seen me do this before. That will also extend our solar panel here. Don't want to be out of batteries. We're going to burn a little bit in a prograde direction here. And that will get the station to fall behind us. Am I doing that right? Yes. And then when we go to do the retrograde station, it doesn't need much, that's it. And then we go to do the retrograde burn, we shouldn't be... I hope that all makes sense. We can also fire up these engines, the toroidals. Activate that engine, activate that engine. They're making a lot of noise. I swear I don't have the throttle on. There we go. Okay. And how much? We got 207 meters of delta V. Plenty to get down to the surface. Okay, so we're going to spin around here. Let's do our descent burn around here. We also have the trajectories mod, which is awesome. That'll help us dial this in. But I'm hoping that we can put this right on the runway, given like our orbit's going right over the KSC. This is super. Okay, we're going to target. Let's pop this right up here. Target the KSC. Our descent is going to be in a prograde direction. We'll enter in at about 45 degrees. No, will we? I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, and then we'll go to, I don't know, 30. I always make this up, 20 and 10. I don't know what I actually do. Okay, but you do have to set some numbers in there so it can predict. There's our nice cross on the KSC. That is our target. Let's burn retrograde, and the station should be there, so there's no chance of us crashing into it. Okay. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So, see how the trajectory mod works here. So we're burning retrograde, and once this periapsis enters into the atmosphere, we should be there's our trajectory, and a little more. We just got to put the red cross on top of the green cross. Oh, this is working out like really well. We're gonna have to come north a little bit, but we can do that just bonk. That's good. We can do that just with this thing's easily can pull itself a little bit to the north. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so prograde. Put that on free. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you, John. Yeah, I knew I was messing it up when I was talking about the that avoidance maneuver. I was getting it all backwards. I did the right thing. I just explained it really badly. Okay, we're getting down. Getting down, getting down, getting down. Okay, just about ready to enter. So we'll retract the solar panels. Might as well toggle on the other engines, and the air intake should be open now too. Yep. And I'm going to keep this on target. And up. And we got to go this way, I think. We got to pull north, yes. So I'm coming that way. That's why this little red thing is here, saying, you got to pull this way, buddy. I'm going, thank you. So yeah, Trajectories puts on an extra couple of icons. This little green cross is based upon the angle of attack that I entered in. Let's get down to the atmosphere. That I entered in just there under the descent settings based on these numbers that I just put in. But what I find really useful is these numbers here that are telling me that we're going to be landing. We got to go towards the north and we got to go towards the west. The KSC will be north of us and west of us. So west means we're coming a little short, so that means pitching down a little bit, and that will extend the west number. And north means pushing north. So we want to bring both of these two numbers down. I think I'm going the wrong way. I think I need to... I always get it backwards. Yes, I need to stall it. There, that's bringing the number down. My north number is coming down. I always forget, does this mean I'm landing? Landing to the west or landing to... The KSC is to, I don't know, whatever. Bringing the numbers down, that's all you got to think about. Whatever you do that brings these numbers down. So, there we go. You think the red circle will bring you to the target? So, like, actually literally right on the red circle? That could be. See, but then this east number is really climbing. I don't like that. So, I'm going to pitch up and stall. No, I'm going the wrong way. Bring it down. There we go. We'll make it work. Pitching down. Nope, now the east number's still down. Well, I'm losing a lot. You know what? Just because my angle of attack is a lot. That's why, yeah. That's why I'm losing, I'm coming short based on this prediction. There we go. That's better. We'll get it. There we go. Now back this way again. I just don't want to lose too much on the distance side. Okay, we're starting to get some. We're doing it fine. All of this, too, is really high in the atmosphere, so even like little tiny changes now are making big differences down on the surface. Okay, I'm just going to kind of hold this attitude. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, north is down now to under 9 kilometers. Come this way. Oh, this way. Yeah. Now, I don't have the most powerful of reaction wheels, so they'll get a point where I'll start having trouble kind of just holding attitude. That'll happen. Not a big deal. And to be honest, I kind of prefer coming a little bit short. So if this is a little west, no, a little east, that's okay. East means short. If it's a little short, that's cool because it's easy to kind of do the last bit on a glide. Oh, I'm coming very close to being right on the KSC here. See that? I'm only 400 meters off. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm spending too much time looking at numbers and not enough time. Stall, stall, stall it. Come on. There we go. Now I'm actually south. I gotta come the other way. Okay. And whenever I do this... Whoa. Lower. There we go. Hold that. Just hold it. Hold it. Bring that east number down. Yeah. Whenever I do this without TAC Fuel Balancer as an asset, I'm always paranoid about these mountains. And then I have a tendency to go long rather than go short. Because I'm so paranoid of coming so short that I end up in the mountains. And I suppose, I mean, you can ditch in the water. It's not like this game really punishes you for it, but it's nice and satisfying to actually come down on the runway. And we do have jet engines on the back. We have a pair of whiplashes and a little bit of fuel. 906 meters per second on the whiplashes. So we can fly a little bit. Not a huge amount. But I'm thinking this is all looking very good now. Very, very calm. Very, very calm descent, I think. Yeah, I need to stall a little more. I got a lot of altitude. Losing speed, but I still got a lot of altitude. Oh my gosh, I'm sure people notice everyone. I like to drop shorts every 2 or 3 days. Just because they're easy to do and they kind of keep things going. And they get a lot of... They don't make any money, but they get a lot of views. And, oh my gosh, a short of me fumbling down a space plane in stock has really kind of, by my standards, taken off. Need to come north a bit. Need to actually, like, get down there now. This would be a good place to quick save. Come on, Lieutenant Kim. Yeah, this is predicting I'm going long. So I need to... I'm pitched up as hard as I can. Yeah, the plane doesn't like it. I could always do that inverted thingy-me-ding. It's just really... My speed is nice, but I got way too much altitude. I should have been being more aggressive in my stalling. Oh, I gotta go to the south here a bit. It's okay. Once we like, look at my speed. Like, I'm almost subsonic. There. And then this thing's just gonna drop. Once it drops, I can just, you know, drop along with it. We're fine. In fact, we're so fine, I think I'm just gonna get rid of trajectories altogether. I think I'm better off just looking. So this isn't really the kind of descent the space shuttle would do. The let's stall it in the upper atmosphere and then just drop. But that's what I'm going to be doing. This thing doesn't have air brakes, but it does have flaps, right? No, I never set up the flaps. So it doesn't have anything as far as that goes. Oh, dear. So we are very much more falling than anything, but I just really want to get down there. I think I might be better off doing this way. Really try and drop. Drop, drop, drop. Oh, put this on surface. That'd be a good plan. See, now we're pretty close to going straight down. So roll again this way. There we go. So, people looking for a realistic type of space shuttle descent, yeah, you ain't getting it. So, what we're doing, just going to come down, pull up out of the dive, not crash into this neighborhood below us. Wow, look at the lights. It's like a haze. And now just go to the runway. There we go. Don't have to do everything like a professional. This is funny. It's like there's a haze. Kind of cool. Okay, slow down a little bit. All right, so I'm just looking at my speed. This is a pretty decent glider. Remember, I had jet engines all the way through this. I like the fact that it really looks like I'm not going to be turning them on. There's always an element of shame when you actually have to resort to using those jet engines. And then it's Jeb's turn. Okay, maybe landing gear would be a good idea. Oh, I see that in the in the chat. Oh, landing gear would be a good plan. Yep, I think so. I agree. I agree. We're good. Okay, so about 80 meters per second on the speed, which I think is pretty good. I don't want to lose too much speed. I think my line's okay. Okay, flare up here towards the end. Okay, get down. Oh, I can see the shadow. Come on, get down, get down. Like I said, it's a good glider anyway. And oh my gosh. Oh, ho, ho, there we are. All right, that's 2 Kerbals, 3 to go. If in doubt, do the Jeb maneuver. Somebody saw my that short. There are definitely aeronautic purists that have seen that short going, oh my god. What are you doing? Okay, there we go. So we'll recover these folks. Oh man, just doing all this stuff is what's taking a ton of time. Alright, and we got Jeb. Then we got Jeb. I do promise that I will not end this series without getting Kerbals safely onto Ike and back. No experience gain. That's because they all leveled up with the well, how my gas tanker's 2 hours and 20 minutes away from its maneuver, so there's that. Okay. Jeb in the SN1. No. They're in the station now. Right here. Go. Yeah, I do promise that I'm not going to end this series until we've landed on Ike and returned. So however many parts that ends up taking, that's how many parts it ends up taking. Okay, here we are. And this should be... Oh, there's not a ton of fuel here. Ooh, that is... 53. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Because I want to refuel this. I think I should be okay. This thing didn't use a lot of fuel getting here. Okay, just... I'm looking at... that's a different problem. Because I want to get up a different crew. And you know, I can get the words out. And get back to the moon with this vehicle. So, but you know what? That's all going to be different. Scientists go in the back. That's a rule. And as before, it would be nice to service these engines. Well, I can shut down this engine. But unfortunately, I have no engineer along. So, no engine servicing is going to be done. But what I can do, again, is this thing, yeah. This is looking good as far as liquid fuel. I see just oxy here. Let me get out TAC fuel balancer. I just want to make sure it has the fuel to do what it needs to do. So, liquid fuel. Again, look for Mark 1 fuselage. So 0. Okay, no. It's good. It's good. It's got liquid fuel. Okay. And again, we'll check other things. We have oxygen. This is again vessel 5. It has a huge amount of oxygen. Water. And it's really water, obviously. Well, it's oxygen, obviously. That's the main issue. I do believe Kerbalism goes by the food. That's what I'm looking for. I do believe Kerbalism goes... We're fine. goes by the 3-3-3 rule, which is 3 minutes without oxygen and you're in trouble. 3 minutes without, or sorry, is it, yeah, 3 minutes without oxygen, you're in trouble. 3 hours without water and you're in trouble, and 3 days without food, you're in trouble. I think that's the rule it follows. Anyway, these folks are ready to go down. They're in an equatorial orbit, so we are doing fine. I'm going to just dislodge right now. So undock. There's no more food on the Dart 2. What are you talking? I just checked the food, didn't I? Food none. How did that happen? Oh, for goodness sakes. Okay. Wow. So we'll have to dock again and get some food. I don't want to go down with no food. I don't know what the game... I think I'll be okay, but I just don't want to risk it. Okay, toggle. Okay. So we're going to back away. And then I guess we'll just come back here. What a pain. Of course, if I have my fingers in the right spots, it'll help. Okay. You always have to get a certain distance away from the docking ports. I could have sworn I checked the food. 3 minutes for oxygen, 3 days for water, 3 weeks without food, and 3... sorry. I won't read the other part. I want to keep my monetization going. Alright, there we go. Let's try this again. I don't know why. So food... I thought it was Vessel 5... Mark II cockpit. Okay, fine. I guess it was Vessel 3. I was looking at the wrong... Fine. There we go. They got food. So it was Vessel 3 that was the issue. So let me check the water and especially the oxygen. Mark II cockpit. Vessel 3. It wasn't Vessel 5. That's my mistake. Oh, I was looking at the wrong vessel all that time. Oxygen. Oh, look at that. They're at 1.2% of their oxygen, so it's a good thing I came back here and checked on that. Oh my gosh. That would have been more of a problem. Food might have been, you know, we could do without food, but they're at like 4% or something of their oxygen. That could have been problematic. Alright. We're already off to an auspicious start. Come on. Okay, they're at 60% oxygen. I'm sure that's fine. Undock. Yeah, I'm seeing in the comments there about all of this, managing all this stuff. Way too complicated. The thing is I think you get to a point in this game where, you know, maybe I shouldn't jinx myself that way, but it just starts to get a little bit too you know, you don't want it to be too easy. You want to give yourself enough to think about. So definitely when you're starting out in the game, you definitely don't want to put in something like Kerbalism. I have 8 meters per... Oh my gosh. How on earth am I doing so... I have no liquid fuel. Sorry. I'm clearly not thinking enough. We're gonna go back again. I thought... Oh, because I was looking at the wrong vessel again. Oh, for goodness sakes. They have no liquid fuel aboard. I could easily have stolen the liquid fuel just by mistake when I was filling up another vessel. Well, we're going back again. Going back. Okay, is everything else okay? Monopropellant small, that's fine. Okay, so you got 0 liquid fuel. How they have 8 meters per second, though, of delta V with 0 liquid fuel, I don't know, but somehow they do. But either way, that's not enough to... Wow. Try this one more time. Jeb is like going, I'm getting tired of this. I want to get down. Can we go down, please? That would sure be nice. Okay, here we go. Last try. Liquid fuel. Vessel 3. Look at all those zeros. So if we just put a little bit in the bicoupler, that really should be enough. They don't need much. And I don't want to take much because I'd like to save as much as possible for... That should be more than adequate. One more try. Now they got 120 meters per second. That should be fine. Jeb's like, can I go now? Can I please leave? Actually, now, suddenly it jumped down to 71. Oh, for goodness sakes. How low can I get my periapsis for 71? 71's fine. Okay, we're good. Let's just do it. Okay, close that. Retrograde that. R that. Jeb's doing some fancy flying there. Okay. Yeah, so I should have put in some more liquid fuel, but you know what? Forget it. So Jeb is going to have to pretty much do this on a glide. Let's just make sure we're not crashing into the station. Where is the station? No, we should be good. Okay. Activate. These engines are activated, right? Yeah. Yeah. These are off. Yeah. Okay. Okay, trajectories again. Prograde. Oh, this is all good. Okay, and target the KSC again. Okay. Should have enough fuel. Oh my gosh. This is going down, right? I'm just being so paranoid with fuel. Oh, this is tight. Oh no, a little more. This is tighter than I thought it was going to be. This might turn into a water ditch. We just ran out of fuel. Alright, alright. Well, we're going to try. We're going to try. I just ran out of fuel. So we're going to try and still hit the runway. We'll see how it goes. Might be a water ditch. If that's what it is, that's what it is. But I kind of just want to do this. Oopsie doodle. That's the official term for that. Oopsie doodle. Okay, let's go. So we have no fuel. No engines. Yep. So I'm not sure how it's calculating this. I'm just going to shut that all off because we ain't got none of that. Okay. And we're going to have to come in hard here. We're going to have to try and do our best to really, really stall because we're overshooting according to trajectories by 267 kilometers. I'm not sure I can, I'm not sure I can get that much off, but we'll see how it goes. How about getting in the atmosphere? That'd be a good plan. All right, so I'm pointing straight up, presenting, trying to create as much drag as I can while I can. I won't be able to hold this attitude for sure. Because as the air gets thicker, this thing will want to flop forward. It's front heavy. That's done with for purpose. It's way better to be bow heavy than stern heavy and flip around backwards. Somehow planes fly better when they're going forwards. But right now, well, I don't know. Look at this. It's now at 100 kilometers. I've knocked off over. Oh my gosh. I'm not so sure. Look how much I've knocked off the... I'm at 50 kilometers I'm overshooting. 40 kilometers over... I can calm down. Oh my gosh. I'm only overshooting by 15 kilometers now. Alright. I think we got this. I have no idea. I had no idea I could knock off that much that quickly. Alright, now I'm actually coming short. So I'm pitching down. Wow. Wowzers. Wowzers. That was great. Okay. Never mind. We're fine. We're coming right on to right on target now. The only thing now is we have no fuel, so jet engines are not an option. However, Kim just put it on the runway without any issues, and Jeb certainly can't let her show him up. So he will most certainly want to put this up without using any jet engines. But we are right on target. I'm amazed at that I was able to knock off that much of the overshoot. Beautiful. Okay. Yep. Pulling a little... Get right back on. I was coming a little south. Overshooting just a little bit, but only by a kilometer, so... We're doing fine. And last time, as you witnessed, I really was up too high and had to do this. We'll try and do it better. So I'm fine. I find that if I undershoot by about a kilometer, that's a better... That seems to come out better, is undershoot by a kilometer or two. Yay for drag. Drag is your friend. Okay. Pitch up a little bit. It really doesn't want to hold the attitude. It wants to fall forward. But you can't quite blame it. I'm noticing, I'm just going back now in the chat now that I'm not panicking, and noticing the venting oxidizer can provide thrust. That is true. Did I put... I do not think I have a vent on this thing. But that is true. If you put the vent part on there and point it in the right direction, you can use that for thrust. Sometimes that can mess you up. Okay, I'm actually wanting to pitch down a little bit. Think. Oh, I'm west. No. I thought I just noticed this says west, not east. So I actually need to pitch up. I'm pitching up as hard as I can right now. I don't like it. Honestly, coming up this high has advantages. You don't have to worry about those mountains. I think it's very, very mean for the game to put a mountain range just to the west of your space center. I suspect very strongly KSP2 will do the same thing, just for comedic purposes. Okay. So again, just sort of stall in the aircraft. To be honest, it's best to bleed off, you know, most of your speed in the upper atmosphere rather than coming in like a comet. Alright. And again, I don't think I need trajectories anymore, so I'm going to not even have it show anymore. Turn that off. It's a good idea to actually toggle off the show trajectory because that does take up computer resources to keep that calculation going. And kind of the same situation. We're up really, really high. We're going to need to come down. Okay, let's just... Here we go. We're doing it this way. Jeb's turning this into a roller coaster ride. Here we go. Hang on, Hector and Mac. This is not useful information. I don't know if any of that's useful in here. Put that up. Giving the neighborhoods here a show with 2 spaceplane descents on the same day. And just a reminder, oh, where is that alarm clock? I got just under 2 hours for that gas tanker to make its maneuver. Maybe that might be a good thing to finish this off on, is to finish that maneuver, kind of remind people what was going on with that. I should probably pay attention to what I'm doing, though. It'd be a good idea. Let's lose a bit of velocity here. Well, that's my... You just do a little bit of flaring, and that always takes off a nice amount of velocity. Okay. And same plan as before. Yeah, no dramatic music, just the sound of the wind. Okay, landing gear again. Oh boy, I'm coming a little bit. I'm maybe knocked off a little too much. I think I'm okay. I was worried I knocked off a little too much speed, but I think I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Even knock off a little more. Okay, get down, Jeb. Here's that shadow again. And come on, Jebediah. Oh my gosh. There we are. All right. There we go. There we go. We are down again. 2 for 2. Oh, Hector and Mac. What's so sad? You go, I want to still be in space. I want to. Why are we down here? Okay. And boom. All right. Well, no boom, really. Well, thank you, Ron. I'm glad you can make it. Spent a lot of time docking with stations and getting space planes down to the surface. I now have no Kerbals in space, so we're going to put up a second round of crew and send them off to the moon. But that's going to be for next week. I think what I'm going to do for now is get out to this gas tanker, get it heading towards the moon. And this mission has actually been kind of jinxed. So the idea of this was actually to do double time. It's bringing up a bunch of oxidizer up to the station for fueling the lander, the station being around the moon, that is. It also had a teeny amount of fuel with the idea of fixing up my relays, which I also messed up and put on too little fuel with it. And then it ran into a communication snafu thanks to a solar storm about the moon, missed its capture, and now it's in this orbit about the moon. But you can see here we got ourselves a maneuver coming up, only 31 meters per second, and that's going to get us heading towards the moon once again. So let's get ourselves to that. Now, it's only a 2-second burn, so we'll knock off some of the thrust limiter here, because my KOS script does better when the burns are a little longer. Oh my gosh, let's... Really? Okay, fine. 5-second burn. Even with that far down. That can't be right. I keep changing this and it's not really changing it. 6-second burn at... Okay, fine. I'll trust you. 6-second burn at 0.5% of the throttle limiter. Okay, let's get to... We have KOS. And we have a burn coming up. So let's do that. Burn's coming up in 1 hour and 54 minutes. I know the script has been doing a brilliant job with the... I don't know quite... I'm not used to my script performing that well. It usually kind of overcooks a little bit. But it's doing really well. Yeah, let's get to here. Because it... Whoa, this is the burn coming up now? Am I that... Oh yeah, I'm that far from Kerbin. Because of her... Okay, run the X-Man script. I was waiting to get into a real close approach to Kerbin, but no, we're really far away from Kerbin because of this idiot orbit that the moon threw us into. So yeah, this is what it is. So, yeah, the script's been really performing well. What it does... It actually doesn't pay attention to how long it's burned for or how much fuel it's used up to decide when to stop. It looks at the little blue maneuver node icon, and when that moves more than a few degrees off of whatever way the ship is pointing, it figures, okay, the burn's done. And sometimes that works really well, and sometimes it doesn't quite work so well. If I was a better coder, I'm sure you can come up with a better solution than that to decide when to stop. But either way. Oh my golly gums. Oh, that's... Okay. I'm going to let this finish off. That's why adjusting this didn't bring down the thrust nearly so much, because I got these 4 engines on here. Oh my gosh. That's why. So I was turning down the thrust limiter on this guy, but there's still these 4 Cub engines on here. That's why that was... What is the TWR on this thing? 1.54. That's fine anyway. Okay, so what we got? Let's take a look at our situation. Oh, I'm time warping for some dumb reason. There we go. So, according to this, I'm not sure I have a moon encounter. Not sure I like that. Focus the view. Oh, the game is being funny. Let's time warp a little bit. I hate when the game gets this way. Okay, let's see. Sometimes adding a maneuver makes a difference. The game... Well, all this... I think this moon encounter is like way in the future. Up. It is. It's another orbit away. Okay. Well, let's do that. Okay. So the moon encounter's not coming this time. I must have when I come around here, there we go. There's our moon encounter. Okay. So let's focus our view on the moon. Oh, I am focused on the moon. So you can see now we're on a collision course with the moon. That was done on purpose because I got this stupid little claw thing up at the top. That is part of the original mission, but now is actually in the way of this docking port. So what I'm going to do is take the small amount of liquid fuel and oxidizer that's in here. Oh, those are just oxidizer tanks. I guess I'll just bring it down here. And we'll bring it here, and then we're going to say goodbye. So undock this. So that little fella. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, so I'm throwing it out to the chat. I'm trying to go back to the other one, and it says no controllable objects. So guess where my there must be a probe body in here somewhere. The probe body must, like... I don't even see a probe body. This is somehow controllable. Though I have no SAS. Oh my gosh. No, this is not... Okay, maybe it's only because I'm on... Okay, let's try something different. Sorry. I can't switch. But maybe it's because this thing can't switch in the cam... Okay, for a moment there, I thought the probe body was on here. And that this thing was doomed. But I actually think... Well, I don't know. Let's return back to here. Gas tanker. No, it's... Show debris. Switch to. That's the debris. Oh, wait a second. I think aim the camera. Okay, I'm slowly working this out. Aim camera, reset camera. No, that doesn't work. Back to here. Actually, okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm okay. I don't want the debris. I want the actual tanker. What do I talk about? Making my life harder for myself? Okay, should be able to do it from here. Gas tanker. Switch to. Oh my gosh. This should be good now, right? Did it... Oh, I can't switch. Oh, now I'm on it. Does this have control? It does. Okay, I'm okay. Right? It's... Yes, okay. Oh, okay. Don't worry. That was all panicking for like zero reason. I thought when suddenly it stayed with that the probe body was somehow up with this stupid thing, but no, it's here. It's good. We're fine. We're fine. So, I can breathe again. I can breathe again. Okay. That was funny. Okay. Not making any sense, but that was funny. So, what we need to do next is we're going to come around the moon, but my goal is that station. That's really what we're aiming for. And, well, this ain't going to work well. I can already see that. Because we're coming in at about 90 degrees to the station. But I didn't really have much of an... well, I stand corrected. 88.5 degrees from the station. So we're going to have to do a massive, massive plane change. But you know, that's just what life is sometimes. Life can be full of all these little disappointments. And not doing what you want to do. Okay, let's get this as far out as I can just with the time. I honestly thought I lost this mission again. But no, we're still with it. Okay, so I've set my periapsis at 50 kilometers, which is roughly the same as the altitude of the station. I'm going to have to do a capture. Oops. capture about the moon, big ginormous plane change, and then rendezvous with the station. Let's set up an alarm for that, but I think that is really going to have to be... There we go. Put that there, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. Okay, I think that's really going to have to be for next week. So next week we will be rendezvousing this thing and getting that whole stack of oxidizer to my station. We'll also be getting up a whole new crew up to that moon station to crew that landing. I got a ton of contracts for them to do down there on the surface, including trying to fix up some rover, which I mentioned at the very beginning of this stream and just never got back to, but we'll get to that next week. So in the meantime, I want to thank everybody that's in the chat right now. I want to thank everybody that's watching this at a later date. And of course, as always, a special thank you to my most awesome Patreon patrons and YouTube members. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend. If you are enjoying Thanksgiving right now, continue to enjoy it. But for the meantime, thanks everybody, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.